Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to never miss a video from Radio 1.
94.3 Radio 1, ladies and gentlemen, Valentine week. So, yeah, if you're into red balloons and roses, etc., etc., all of the sugar will only make things bitter. There has to be spice in the relationship as well. And that's why what we decided was that on Radio 1, we'd get the jocks and their much better halves to come and, and fight for love. It's the Battle of the Sexes Radio 1 edition, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you, when you're interviewing, you have to be like objective and all of that. I'm going to throw objectivity out of the window because I cannot begin to tell you, Blase, how much of a pleasure and an honor it is to call you a colleague as well. Like sometimes I don't believe the fact that I can say that I do, the morning show, Good Morning Delhi in Delhi, and Blase does Good Morning Chennai, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, we have literally discussed ad nauseum songs that you have sung. We have grooved to Zambezi funk, and wow. There's I could go on till the evening trying to describe what you do and trying to introduce you, but I'm just gonna say thank God for you and thank God for the music that you made, Blase, and thank you very much for accepting the Battle of Sexes.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you, Sarthak. Big fan too.
I shall keep this recording for posterity. and of course, I know for a fact there's another person who you're a big fan of, and her name happens to be Nandini, and I know you're a big fan because you married her. Nandini, thank you very much for agreeing to do this. Nandini, of course, is a counseling psychologist. She's a corporate trainer, and she's also a columnist with the Hindu. As if that wasn't enough, she used to be a marketing professional, but then she decided that she wanted to go back to being a student. So she actually learned psychology so that she could be a psychologist. So there was a time when you were a marketing professional and suddenly you became a student, huh? And then all the homework started piling up. How did your ego deal with it, yeah, Nandini?
It was just blissful, Sarthak. Thank you so much, first and foremost, for having me on this show. I think it's such a pleasure and it's a complete honor. Blase is a super Sarthak fan. So I just wanted to slip that in as well. But yeah, I think it was fun. I think, very few people are blessed to really, give a second career a chance. And I really feel that, counseling was my calling. And I've really been blessed that I could take a break and I could go back into college, equip myself, upgrade my skills, and something that I do now. I think it's just complete joy, So yeah, I love it.
Absolutely, and helping people cope with what could be a very sharp double-edged sword, which is your mind, is difficult, isn't it?
And more so in the current times, right? Everything with COVID, lockdown, working from home, walking on eggshells. It's just been really hard the last 2 years. So I think, mental health has just, hit through the ceiling. So,
but I got to tell you, I think it's more about dealing with me for 20 years. She's like, dude, I can deal with anybody. Let's go. Let's do this.
Okay, so I don't know if this is like a quiz or a contest, but I win this because it's 22 official this June and 26 unofficial. And Blase still thinks it's like 20. Okay, so there you go.
Oh man, that's the gauntlet that's been thrown into battle, man. Oh man.
So he's left the conversation.
That's absolutely brilliant. Let me see if I can get my sound effects going. Just give me one moment. I'm going to see if I can get my sound effects going on the PR system, and then it'll be great. Oh yeah, I've got my sound effects. Oh yeah, okay. So, Blase, my man. That's a live sound
coming through.
Oh man, here we go. That's for you. Full crowd applause. But 20 years, is it, Blase? 2 years have been erased from memory.
I
Oh
know
my
usko
God.
yaad dilana padta hai ki bhai sahab, excuse me, the anniversary is like right around the corner, you know, and then he'll just smile at me and he's like, oh, what can I buy you? And I'm like, dude, if I have to ask you what, you know, I need, then it's just like, I don't need it anymore.
Acha, tell me, has he ever apologized in the sneakiest way possible, which is, oh, I've written a song for you? Has he has he done that?
Always. I don't think it's about apology. I think that's how he kind of played it, right? So I think from the pawing to the chase to the, you know, confirmation of the relationship to everything. So I think, yeah, some of the beautiful dedications have been to me. And I'm so, so, so proud and happy about that, because I think for him, it's just about lyrics, and he's not a very, talkative, expressive. He's not a Punjabi, basically, right? Uh, so, so he expresses with words, and he's brilliant at that.
Oh yes, oh yeah, and
Yeah,
yeah.
where I
Even
just
though
go jabba jabba jabba, and I can't really write poetry.
even though I'm not married to him, I can still say that he knows how to use those words lyrically. So,
Yeah,
so, so
yeah.
listen, how did it all start? When did the heart start beating Blase for Nandini?
Man, so I'm from Zambia, grew up and raised there, everything. And then I came to Bombay. And while I was in Bombay, I was staying in car in a little, on the terrace of a building, actually. It's a little box. And my neighbor was working with Wizcraft. So I had played to him my little audio cassettes of me rapping and stuff. And he said, let's go to the Wizcraft office. There's, they do shows and stuff. And I went there, and the first actual day that I walked into the Wizcraft office, I was there to be the opening artist for CNC Music Factory back in '96. Yeah, so I walked in there and I was like, hey, this is a guy from Zambia. And I was wearing my Blase cap, and it had my whole logo on it. And it had a Tupac logo on it, but it was like a Blase thing I always would wear. And so I walked into that office, and she just came, and she was the first person I saw there. And she was like, hey, hi, okay, I'm Nandini. And she just grabbed the cap and she wore the cap. And then she said, can I get you a coffee, or can I get you something to drink, or do you want to have tea, coffee? What do you want to have? And so for me, I was like, yes, okay, yeah, I'll have coffee. But that moment, and then we later found out that she was handling the artists, and therefore we spent the next 1 week going to each different place promoting the show that was coming up at Mud Island on September 13th, '96. And it was so while we were doing that whole 1 week kind of club to club to club to club, and I would be on the mic introducing that this is what's coming up, and she would be there making sure everything kind of worked out. I could just see that this could be the Beyonce and Jay-Z, yo. So let's do this, And then the crazy thing though was at that point on Sunday we did the show, and on Saturday we did the show, and on Sunday me and my friends were going to Shirdi.
Okay.
And she was inviting me to go for a picnic with her sister. And so I said, well, we just finished the show, and I prayed that once the show went well, I'd go to Shirdi the next day. She said, well, I've been here ever since I've been here, and I've not, ever been to Shirdi. So can I join you? So our first little trip was literally like a morning to night, going to Shirdi and back. And while we were going, we're listening to Eternal Flames by the Bangles. We're listening to Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac. I'm saying, so all those kind of things built in, and it was yet a very spiritual kind of vibe. So it's kind of, yeah, meant to be. I don't know, that's how it's.
Amen.
I will now tell you that Nandini has written on chat, this is his, and there are air quotes, version. And she's also, so that you don't forget, written down the date and the month and the year and the time of meeting as well. That's just insane. That's what
But sometimes I really look back and I think, I think it's so special that somewhere it's etched so beautifully,
Yeah.
because there are so many significant things that happen that, over the years, because Of course, I mean, I completely love the man, but it's a very different kind of love when you have lived and literally grown up with him the last 26 years of your life, right? And
Yes,
he
true.
knows your vulnerabilities. He knows you inside out. He knows when you're at your best. He knows when to, not show up. And I'm busy, I'm recording, I have my links to do, because he knows that he better not show up. So I think it's so beautiful to just grow up with this person, right? And I think yeah, it's just been really, really a blessing.
Man, it's the honesty of it all, the honesty of feeling is just, it's just so warm and fuzzy. I'll give you full crowd applause again, yeah. There you go. Oh, do it. Brilliant. But listen, yeah, it's actually equally important to know what not to do as it is to know what to do. So it seems Blase knows what not to do as well. So I'm thinking maybe it might be a good idea to not fight, but then that would mean no battle of sexes. So what I'm what I'm asking you to do is to wear the gloves, or maybe take the gloves off and get ready to fight. So are you guys ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Absolutely, bring it on.
Righty then, it is time for
The battle of the sexes.
first question to the lady. You have to tell me in and you've got 9 seconds. Where's my timer? There it is. You've got 9 seconds to tell me in automotive terms, what does a clutch do? What does a clutch do?
It helps you change the gear.
Oh, automotive genius, I tell you. Oh, you're absolutely right. Which means you get a round of military applause. Oh my God. You're into cars, or is Blase into cars?
So I drive, and I think that's like a basic thing. You need
Yeah.
to know that you need to press the clutch when you need to change the gear. And I'm also a 4G kid, so I love the military applause.
Wonderful. Thank you. It's always nice for my sound effects to be appreciated. Blase, pressure's on you, man. You have to
Aho,
tell me.
aho, 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 my brother. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. You have to tell me in 9 seconds, in fashion terms, what is a braid? BRAID. What's a braid?
It's something that I will never be able to have in this lifetime, yo.
You'll still have to tell us what it is, Blase.
Dude, it's a knotting and twisting of hair to make it kind of fly.
Yeah, Nandini and I would know. You'll just know how to do it to the bandana. But I wanted to sneak in a hair question just because of that. But you got that right.
Completely valid.
I'm telling you, military applause. Too much. Second question to the lady. You have to tell me in fashion terms, Nandini. You have to tell me what are in fashion terms aviators.
Glasses. Come on, Tom Cruise, all the way back. Ray-Bans.
Damn, I've never had that answer properly. Tom Cruise, you're absolutely right. He was the one.
I was like, oh, did I go up?
No, you didn't. You were
Aviators.
absolutely. They're actually not. Yeah, glasses technically.
Fighter
shades,
boys.
Sunglasses.
Fighter boys.
Top Gun. You know what happened? So Ray-Ban was actually losing money. They were actually, not a cool brand at that point of time. And then Top Gun came in, and along with this bike called the Kawasaki Ninja, the aviators just picked up, because you know that the pilot's jacket, the bomber jacket as it's called, the green Ninja and the aviators. Man, for a whole generation, that was
Tota.
oh man. that's what it is. Yeah, Tota.
Yeah. And you know what, Sarthak? I just feel it was like the whoever thought of it, what a marketing placement that was, dude. He got in-film branding for life.
Your marketing professional was just dying to say that, no?
Absolutely. I was like, यार कितने पैसे मिले होंगे इसको ये घुसाने के लिए? Yeah.
Fantastic though. But did Blase ever try to do that? The bomber jackets and the aviators to sort of
No, so
impress?
so he always had this really cool jacket. And in fact, there was a time where we were seeing each other, and he was studying in the US.
Right.
And he sent me also a jacket, but it was not those bomber jackets, but it was such a beautiful jacket. And I think I had it till it like really had teeth road, and it wasn't, complete tears, because I was just so attached to it, because we were not married then, so of course it's like my boyfriend sent me this all the way in a parcel from the US. So yeah, stuff like that. And he's big on shades, okay, but he does not like aviators. He likes like different colored shades and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I need to have lights on them, man.
It's important.
Yeah.
I will give you the Delhi Wawahi for your fashion sense. Wawa. Well done. And now your attempt at equality, because if you answer this one, a battle of the sexes shall be equal. Now, Blase, you have to tell me in fashion terms, what are capris? And your 9 seconds start now. What are capris? CAPRIS, capris.
They're like knee-length pants. Like
knee-length pants. Not quite what would happen once you press the bhopu of the Wikipedia and get the right answer, but you got the right answer. Knee-length pants is absolutely right. And military applause for you. Yes. Which means it's equality, which means that we have Top ki Salami. In fact, Mr. Johnson fires one for equality. So, Mr. Johnson, fire one for equality for Blase and Nandini, please.
Oh, thank you.
26 years, 22 of them married, and equality. How does that feel, Nandini?
It's beautiful, Sarthak. And I think, I owe a lot of it to my profession, my current profession, for sure, because things that you want in a relationship when you're 20 and life as it unfolds when you are 30, there's a huge gap, right? So I think for us to just have mutual respect for each other, and I think that is in oodles, and I think that is something that really makes this partnership work, and I think we are honest, we are blatantly honest with each other, we are transparent, there's a lot of trust, so I think to be grounded, to have faith, not just in relationship, but also, a lot that what is it? Yeah. Meeting has been, sorry, I'm sorry, there was a message that came on the screen. So yeah, I think, it takes a lot, but I think to have realistic expectations and also to talk about your disappointments, because he was not blasé when I got to know him when he was blasé, but he was 20 years young. He was just starting out, and, and he's really lucky that he got the kind of breaks that he did. There are so many musicians who struggle, to really get that kind of mileage. But beyond all of that, he's a very sincere, straightforward, simple guy, and I think for me, that is something that really works.
Blase, we're going to send you this recording. You can play it on a big music system whenever you're having the next fight.
Every time he has a fight, yes.
Oh man, that's like a truckload of compliments from your wife, Blase. How does that feel?
Man, definitely a blessing, no doubt. Especially when I grew up in Zambia, and being so heavily influenced by hip hop and stuff. It was just, for me, I needed to find, of course, it's not about the chicks you see on the videos, in the hip hop videos. It's about who can talk to your mom, who can relate with your mom, who can kind of be that person who you can rely on, like you rely on your mom. That was very important to me, I think, subconsciously. And definitely the first thing I noticed in her when I saw her was definitely like, wow, this is like my mom maybe 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Because they had the same.
You're saying that to me now after 26 years. What the hell? You didn't say that to me
That's
back
the
then.
power of radio.
Yo!
So,
I tell
Nobody
you,
asked me this
you're
before
gonna
until
get
Sarthak did.
Vasuli for your show, Sarthak. You're gonna get full Vasuli. See what you've started.
I'm telling you,
No.
I've always said that the Battle of the Sexes gets some really, really interesting things out, even for the couple, and it seems it's holding true. Sorry, Blase, you were saying something.
No, that's fine. No, all good, man, all good.
But this has been awesome fun. My God, I mean, literally, my stomach is hurting a little from laughing so much. But this has been absolutely wonderful, and I cannot thank you guys enough for being just so sporting and so open and honest and beautifully expressing your relationship. You know, not just telling us not just telling us the sugar, but also the warts, the little things that make a difference, telling us that it's not just the sweet little things that make the difference, it's also the bittersweetness of it all, which is brilliant. So thank you very much for this.
Our pleasure.
you.
And I think it's about keeping the relationship real, right? It's all about that. It's not about, just putting on a mask and faking it. It's really about going through those, depths of sorrows. Sometime he lost his father when he just started. His music career just took off, and he lost his dad. He was very, very young. And I think he never had an opportunity to have a face-to-face conversation to tell his dad that, he loved him so much and he made him so proud. We knew that, his father was extremely proud of him. But, those conversations that you have as you grow old, or you're older than your adolescent years. And I think all of those, so it's not just about the good times and the Rahman shows and traveling first class, living the 5-star life. I think beyond that, there is a lot of real stuff that also happens in life, and then can you stay grounded and be with each other and be each other's strength, and not each other's weaknesses. So I think, yeah, that is something that we both have evolved through, Sarthak. It's not, picture perfect. We have our own moments, but I think we've also figured out a way to resolve it, as time goes by.
Absolutely.
And yeah, beautiful.
Brilliant. That's a beautiful way of putting it. And we cannot end without asking Blase to spit out the rhymes, baby. Give us something, Blase, before we go.
No, man, since we were talking about this earlier, everybody want to know what I feel like. I really want to be here with you. It's not enough to say that we are made for each other. It's love that is Nandini true. Nandini, be there when you're calling out my name. Hosanna, be there when you call out say, I'm never gonna be the same. It's time we rearrange. I take a step, you take a step, but we are calling out to you. Hello. Happy Valentine's Day, yo.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. So, Sarthak, I have 2 stories before we can wrap it up, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just going to share something. So, the other thing that I really, really, really want to highlight about our relationship is we are very different in terms of even our culture, right? I'm a hardcore North Indian, Punjabi, chicken eating. He's very grounded, rooted, religious South Indian, vegetarian South Indian, curd rice. He wears his janeo and stuff like that. So when we got married, right, and I would say, oh, like I have to make breakfast for him, and I take hours to make aloo parantha, okay, because I also just got married and I was trying to like please my husband with this really awesome breakfast, which I thought is like the ultimate thing, right? I mean, garam paranthe December mein, wow, bring it on. And I would make it and he'd just take a bite and he'll be like, theek tha. And I'd like want to take like the entire atta and the aloo and like, just smash it there and say like, what the hell, it took me like an hour and a half. But it took me 10 years of marriage to understand that, what his comfort food is idli and sambar. And it's okay. So I still chomp my paranthas and he still has his idli sambar. And today we have
my comfort food is not idli sambar, is toast and butter.
for breakfast. Okay, and then today we have two young kids, and it's so amazing how they have taken facets of both our cultures, right?
Right.
Like my daughter is a full-on parantha freak, but my son eats, something else, and it's just so beautiful how it is not an issue if you don't make it an issue, but if you make it an issue, everything can become like, sticking out sore,
For sure.
in your face.
sure.
So I think, yeah, that's something that I just really wanted to share.
Absolutely. Words of wisdom. And
Yeah.
the rap from Hosanna to end it with Happy Valentine's Day with the wife's name. That's how you do it, baby.
I
But,
know. And the
uh,
second thing I wanted to tell you, so when he told me that this thing is happening, and I said, oh yeah, it's Valentine's Day on Monday. Okay. And he just smiled. And then I said, yeah, it's been years since we've gone to the mall. He said, I'll try and finish my links and stuff, and we'll see, we can just go and hang out at the mall. And I looked at him and I said, let me know if you want something for Valentine's. And then immediately he looks at me, he's like, dude, I goofed up this link. What is it that you want for Valentine's? I'm like, is that why we are going? So I'm just like, isko to hint bhi nahi milti hai. Like 26 saal mein bhi isko hint nahi milti hai. So yeah, it's just like funny.
but
But
if someone were to sing Hosanna for me with my name, I would forgive him for everything. So
dude, I never hold anything against him. I like I said to you, right? I think and I don't know if you believe in this. I really, really, really believe that it is one of those relationships that are just meant to be,
absolutely.
and
And
yeah,
looks
and
like
I
that.
think it's some karmic play. And this
It
is not
looks
the
like that.
first lifetime that we are together. Also, I can tell you.
I could not agree more. Absolutely. Blase, I'm on your side, man. But
But thank you so much, Sarthak. Thank you so much, because I don't think I would have even expressed so much to him, because you don't sit, you don't talk, there's life, there's work, there's kids, school, exam, food needs to be on the table, and you're just like caught up in living life.
for sure.
So yeah,
sure.
it's just nice to go back, rewind, revisit all these things, and thank
Ah.
you for giving us that trip down memory lane.
I tell
So
you,
so nice of you.
so warm and fuzzy. It's you
Aw,
don't need
I wish I could give
Valentine's
you a
Day.
jappi also. Yeah.
Virtual one.
Virtual hug. Till we meet.
Oh man, but so warm and fuzzy. You don't necessarily need Valentine's Day for this, but it just makes it so much nicer. So thank you very much for your time, and Blase, fist bump, my man.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you so much, and happy Valentine's Day. And Ghanti kaha hai? But here's the way. May the good Lord always keep the sugar and spice going. And happy. but thank you. Have a great
Thank you.
time. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
94.3
One world, your station.
Radio 1.